Good evening, YouTubers. This is your zip code Freak. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code at the ZCF Studios in Southern California, and have we got a rip-roaring one for you tonight. Here on this September 28th, Sunday, 44601 in the state of Ohio. It's very close to another one we did a number of months ago, North Benton, which is about 9.3 miles to the northeast of Alliance, which is this place's area, 44601, Alliance, Ohio. But unlike North Benton, there's a wealth of information about this place, and it's great. It's in northeastern Ohio. It's the closest big city is Cleveland, about 60 miles to the northwest, downtown Cleveland, and it's also considered part of the Canton-Massillon metropolitan area. Canton is actually the closer but smaller big town, if you will, about 20 miles to the southwest. It's a little bit isolated from Canton and the rest of the suburbs, even though it's considered part of the area. 81.8 square miles this 44601 covers, and 32,839 people live in here. 21,000 plus of those live in the city limits of Alliance. It's known as the Carnation City because for a while there it cultivated these flowers and grew them like crazy. Kind of like the Dutch with their tulips. It was founded in 1854 by the merger of three smaller towns. 1856 tornado hit it. Presidents and Civil War generals on the Union side visited this place as well. Not necessarily during the Civil War time, but afterwards. Ohio was a fairly important state still, and it was even more so in that time. In fact, it's known as the mother of presidents, and the two presidents that visited here, well, there's actually three, if you count General Grant, because he was our 18th president, and General Sheridan and Sherman also visited here. But Garfield, who was our 20th president, and McKinley, our 25th president, visited here as well, and they all had connections to Ohio. They were born and raised in this state. I don't know how close to Alliance exactly, but not that far, I don't think. There's so much here, I didn't get time to look at everything. But a major thing that happened, and the reason why this happened is because this area is a merger of the intersection of two major railroads at the time, the Cleveland and Pittsburgh, and the Ohio and Pennsylvania railroads merged right in this town. And so in 1923, the Alliance Rubber Company was founded, and they make rubber bands, and they've been doing it for over 100 years. And now their headquarters is in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and they have a distribution center, or warehouse, I should say, in Salinas, California, in the Central Valley. But they started out in this place and made rubber bands, and all sorts of them, for all sorts of applications and things. There have been a number of amazing people here that came from here. I'm only going to list a few of them. There's Perry King, the actor, Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor, Kirsten Bell, the WNBA player, and a guy by the name of Don Panos, shortened his name from Panuccio, or his dad did, pharmaceutical entrepreneur. He was the one that came up with the nicotine patch, and when the company he founded first, Milan Pharmaceutical, didn't want to develop it, he said, forget you, formed another company called Elan Corporation, which doesn't exist anymore, and developed that nicotine patch. He also he developed several, probably half a dozen or more companies in different industries. Hydromentia, I think it's water purification system. He got into LEDs by a company called Nano Lumens. He was on the board of directors for that one. This guy Don Panos. He got into motorsports and tried to bring European style racing here as well. And he also had wineries in Georgia and also in California. And there's a lot more people that came from this place. A lot of people like to deride Ohio as a do nothing state and as a boring place and whatever. And I believe it's still sixth as population. There's over 11 million people here, and it's granted there are other states that are bigger now, but especially back in the 19th and early parts of the 20th centuries, there's a lot going on in this place, and there still is. Even during the Civil War times, they participated in the Underground Railroad, Haynes House as it's called. And I know one of the things that probably, I mean, which is not just an alliance, probably the whole state of Ohio, especially the central parts and north, is the weather. It's continental climate through most of this state, which means hot summers, cold winters. 45.2 inches of rain, 28 inches of snowfall, kind of typical for Ohio anyway. Not really considered quite in the snow belt, but probably anywhere in Ohio, including the southern part, will see snow in the winter. That's almost a guarantee. Anyway, there's today's weather. It's early fall, so 73 degrees, low of 52 tonight. Tomorrow, high of 82, low of 52, um, partly cloudy. 80 and 58, or 48 rather, partly cloudy. And Wednesday, 73, 47, sunny. If you like, hit like, leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.